Man versus gun.
Hello shooters, today's man versus gun is the 1911 Commander size 45 ACP handgun. The Commander size dates from 1950 is when Colt came out with it. Everybody else in the world that makes 1911s makes a Commander handgun these days because they're a little bit shorter than a full-size 1911. So let's put this through the spreadsheet and see how it does. Okay, shooters, here we have the Commander size 1911, and this is a lightweight Commander. Colt developed the lightweight Commander in 1950. Lightweight means it has an aluminum frame. And then in 1970, Colt came out with what they just called the regular Commander, and it's a steel frame gun. This part's steel. This happens to be a Kimber, and the Kimber one with the aluminum frame is called the Pro Carry 2. So let's see how much this thing weighs. Okay, it weighs 1 pound, 13 ounces. So let's bring our Glock 17 out and see what we got to add. It's going to be pretty, it's not far from what a Glock is. Okay, shooters, the Glock with 6 rounds weighs the exact same as an empty lightweight Commander. So this is pretty light for an old school gun. And the width is a little bit wider. I did an officer's model if you saw that video. This is a little bit wider because it just has wider stocks. But for the weight and for even though the stock's a little bit wider, it's still a thin gun. 1911 is a thin gun. So it got really high marks for weight and high marks for width because it's a thin gun. 4 and 4 for each. It is an absolutely perfect size service handgun, so it gets the highest marks possible there. It's also a fantastic CCW gun, so we gave it high marks there, but it's too big to be a pocket gun, so it gets no marks there. The receiver is aluminum. That's what makes it so nice and lightweight compared to a steel frame 1911. The back strap, it's got a much nicer beaver tail than the officer's model that we already put through the paces here. This beaver tail, this is what they call the beaver tail, and it's part of the slide's been altered from the original 1911 specs to allow that beaver tail, and it's so much nicer to shoot with a beaver tail on there than the non-beaver tail. And you can get different beaver tails too, so there's a number of different beaver tails you can get that feel a little bit different, so you can switch those out. You can also switch that out for an arched mainspring housing. So it gets high marks for back strap design and also adjustability of the back strap. Side panels, these are like a rubber grip on this Kimber, but there's a bajillion different side panels you can get for 1911, so it gets high marks there because you can get thicker ones, you can get thinner ones, you can get ones that are more aggressive, you can get ones that are more slick. You really can tailor these stocks to however you want them by just getting different aftermarket ones. Trigger pull on this Kimber 1911 it's pretty much like all other 1911s. By and large, just have nice trigger pulls, particularly when they've had a few rounds put through them. And this has had quite a few rounds put through it. It's right around 4.5 pounds, but there's a little teeny bit of take up there. Then you hit a wall, and then it just goes. Reset, for those of you that care about reset, is short and tactile and audible. A nice 1911 trigger is the trigger by which all other fighting handguns are judged. That's just a fact. And this does have a nice 1911 trigger. The magazine well is flared on all four sides. It's got a bevel there, bevel there, bevel there, and a bevel there, so it gets high marks there. The magazine, 1911. I didn't give 1911 magazines as higher marks as others since they are single stack. 1911 mags just seem to wear out, and other mags don't really wear out. But a 1911 mag can wear out, and they do wear out. It takes a bajillion rounds to wear out like a Glock mag. It doesn't take near that many rounds to wear out a 1911 mag. The base plate is one-handed friendly. It's got a nice lip there that you can grab your belt or belt buckle or a steering wheel or a door jamb or something like that. And the magazine does push up in there farther than what it catches. That's a good thing. I do wish that there was some kind of base plate on this. And you can get a bajillion different kind of base plates for 1911s. But it does aid insertion if this floor plate does stick out farther than the bottom of the frame. It makes magazines insertion a little bit easier. The magazine release in a perfect spot. Gets high marks there. It's checkered steel. It is not reversible, nor is it a mirror image. It is what it is for a 1911. The safety. This is an upgraded safety compared to the original 1911s, or like even on the officer's model. And this is much, much nicer. Like on the officer's model, this shelf thing comes all the way back here, and it kind of interferes with the thumb. It makes it not quite as comfortable to shoot. That shelf thing kind of digs back into your gun, into your thumb when the recoil kicks into your hand. So moving that forward makes it much, much more comfortable to shoot than the old style. It's in a perfect location. On the Kimber Pro Carry 2, it is only on one side, but if you wish, you can get mirror image selectors on 1911. Okay, the slide catch is steel, it's checkered, it's great design, it's in a perfect location. It is not mirror image. The rear sight, as you're going to pick up really fast, this rear sight on the Kimber Pro Carry 2 totally sucks for doing one-handed manipulations. It's got that nice ramp. So whatever you're going to try, whether you try it on your belt buckle or your shoe or the steering wheel, odds are it's going to slip right off. So that's a major no-no on the rear sight. The notch is nice size though, so the notch works out. Just that they shouldn't put that big nice slant of a front sight on there. The front sight is really good design. It's dovetailed, so you can switch it out for other front sights. There is no light rail on this Kimber Pro Carry 2, and it is not optics compatible. So let's take this out to the range and put some rounds through it.
The recoil of this lightweight commander-sized 1911 is noticeable, but it's not punishing. It doesn't hurt the hand like the Colt Officer's model does. It's more ergonomic. It's obviously a top choice for those that like to carry 1911s. This lightweight commander-sized handgun is a perfect size handgun for a 1911 to carry.
Okay, shooters, final thoughts on the Commander. Remember, this is the lightweight Commander style. It's actually a Kimber Pro Carry 2 lightweight Commander. If you're going to carry a 1911, this seems to be the one to get. It's lighter than the full-size model, and it does carry the full complement of rounds on it. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.